This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com.
Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is March 25th, 2021. This is show number 232. Well, we had a downside reversal as called by you, Nick, yesterday.
Well, I said, watch the close. It's not how they open. And again, very good downside pressure yesterday, especially by the closing bell. There was a lot of damage done on the charts. Today, we're seeing actually some more selling pressure here this morning. So, we'll have to watch that closely. And, obviously we'll have to see how the market finishes as it's all about the close. But I'm looking for further weakness ahead. There's going to be some bounces along the way. Don't think there won't be. There always are. Nothing goes down on a straight line in this business. But overall, markets are doing, what I thought they would start to do. So we'll see how it plays out.
Hey, so you know what tomorrow is, don't you?
No, what is tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Friday, and that means the PPT comes out of hiding, and we're going to see. Are we going to see a repeat of the past 3 or 4 Fridays where there are bloodbaths going on, and then miraculously at 1 o'clock, buying comes in and key targeted stocks, probably the FANGs, and the market finishes up for the day and maybe flat for the week?
I got to say, Kerry, normally I would say no, but what we've been seeing lately, I would not rule that out. So it's been remarkable that every Friday seems to be either flat to positive. We don't have any sell side action on a Friday. But if we do by some chance get some sell side action, I would be really careful going into the following week.
Yeah, and usually what they do on Friday carries over into the Monday morning open, where it might close down for the day, but it starts out that first 90 minutes or so going up.
Yeah, and even better if we have a big down day on Friday and you get a gap up on Monday, it could be a very good what we call a gap and crap in the business. Pardon my French. But that's a good sell side opportunity as well. So I actually like to see that pattern a lot because it baits people in that things are fine, and then boom, it just takes the rug out from under them. So that could occur as well.
And interesting. So unemployment claims, what's going on there?
Yeah, we had the weekly initial claims report. Looks like we came in at 684,000 new claims. This was a much better reading than what we had lately. I think the expectations were for around 700 or 710,000 new weekly claims. The claims are still very high, but you could see the numbers improved here a little bit. The weekly continuing claims were 3.87 million. Prior number was revised to 4.134 million. So that was actually better as well. I really thought these numbers would be much better this time around with all the vaccine news and the reopening of blue states, but it really didn't improve all that much. So, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on these numbers, but they were pretty much in line with expectations, or just a slight bit better.
Interesting. So, it's the lowest since the pandemic started. Ordinarily, if we saw 200,000 jobless claims, we'd think we were having a good time here. Now we're like almost 3.5 times that. We were 5 times that during the peak of the pandemic. So it's coming down slowly, but not nearly where it needs to be.
No, it's not nearly where it needs to be, but it has improved. I just thought it would improve much, much more since they've rolled out these vaccines. Got a lot of the blue states saying, hey, we're going to reopen now. And I just thought we'd see a much better number than what we got. So we'll see how it plays out. But all in all, I don't think the number's a big event right now. The bigger event that's taking place is that you had Fed Chairman Powell and Janet Yellen speaking for 2 days, and the market sold off every single time afterwards. And that's when you have somebody saying they're going to print endlessly and the market still sells off, that's the market's way of talking.
Yeah, when When the market speaks, everybody needs to listen.
You need to pull an E.F. Hutton. That's right.
Yeah, well, when Jay Powell speaks, nobody listens, right?
Well, they normally do. Jay Powell's had really good success when he says, I'm here for the long term. I'm going to, prop markets up. I'm going to put a lot of liquidity in the system. But here we are seeing, really good sell-offs the last 3 trading days. And we're down, quite a bit today as well.
All right. Well, we'll see what's going to happen. And finally, gold and silver kind of been holding their own through the market turmoil here.
Yeah, we'll get an interesting day in gold today because Bitcoin is getting hit pretty hard. So if you take a look at Bitcoin, which has been the alternative, that's down about 6% today. And I know that's been everybody's new love. Nobody wants to get into gold anymore. But if you watch the gold chart, gold's been holding up pretty well. Even today, gold futures are flat. They're up $1. They're not getting hit. Gold miners are just down 15 cents today. So gold is actually holding up really, really well. And my suspicion is that as the markets sell off, people are going to say, hey, there's something wrong here. I think I want something tangible like gold, just in case. And, we had that 1,700 call level for gold, and so far, so good. It's holding up pretty well. And
silver still the weaker of the two, huh?
Yeah, silver chart has not really been a great performer. In fact, even today, silver's down another 18 cents on the futures. I don't think it's a huge deal here. We'll see if it stabilizes. But the gold chart just hit a much better level on a pullback. So I'll keep an eye on silver, but I'm more favorable to gold right now in the near term.
All right, in the near term, but in the future, probably silver. Silver is going to be it. In fact, there's a new board on Reddit. I don't know if you read it on Zero Hedge, called Wall Street Silver.
I have not seen that or heard of it, but the demand for silver is overwhelming right now. So I've never gotten so many people saying, hey, Nick, where do you buy your silver? Where can I get silver? I've never seen it quite like this. So people are starting to run into precious metals here as a store of wealth because they're losing faith in the system. And that's what it all comes down to. It comes down to, do you still have faith in the system? And right now we're starting to see the markets drop, and you could see how many people on TV are scrambling for the Fed to do something already. I mean, we're only down a few percent here. So it's rather remarkable how fast people are looking for the Federal Reserve or the central bankers to come in and throw them a life preserver. We'll have to see how it goes. But if you want a real life preserver, gold and silver is, I think, your ticket.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I think we'll leave it at that. So make sure you go over to inthemoneystocks.com. Nick, people have been asking, what is the trade of the decade or the year? Because it's not clearly delineated there. So how do they figure that out?
Well, just come on over. We're in it, and it's up over 5% today. So just come on over and get involved in the program. And again, it's more important than even getting into the trade of the decade is preserving your capital too. So our members this year are up, markets are down, and that's what I strive to do, at least, is to not only give them the trade of the decade or the trade of the year, but to protect their capital as well, because not a lot of people saw this coming.
All right, and it's inthemoneystocks.com. The Twitter feeds are at ITMS, at Nick Santiago01, at Kerry Lutz. Email us kl@kerrylutz.com. Nick, we will pick up tomorrow.
Sounds good, Kerry.
And so concludes another episode of Daily Market Wisdom with Master Trader Nick Santiago. Be sure to go to his website, inthemoneystocks.com. Don't forget the Twitter feeds at ITMS and at Nick Santiago01.